I just updated the LTX workflow to do everything, text to video, sound to video, and everything else. I didn't want to load a new workflow for every purpose, so I repurposed one workflow with switches to change the mode. One workflow does everything now. This is a multi-purpose workflow. For example, let's say you want to do text to video. You simply click the switch here and enable text to video. If you disable it, the workflow will work as image to video instead. In that mode, it will use the image you loaded. If text to video is enabled, it will ignore the image even if one is loaded in. Then we have the reference audio option. If it's disabled, the workflow will generate completely new audio. But let's say you want to create a music video or a speaking character using your own audio. In that case, you enable the reference audio switch. Next, we have 3 load image nodes. You're probably wondering why there are 3 of them. Because apparently one image node was too peaceful for the workflow ecosystem. The setup includes a first frame image and a last frame image, while the first node acts as the index frame. That index frame is used as the main anchor frame. In many workflows, people use a character sheet there to maintain character consistency throughout the video. Let's take a look at another example. Here, in the first frame, I loaded an extreme close-up of the singer's face. Then, in the index frame, or the anchor frame, I loaded a wide shot to provide the full context of the scene, almost like giving the model a visual memory of the environment. So when the camera zooms out, the model already understands the surrounding scene and can maintain better visual consistency and context. I didn't even prompt the camera to zoom out, but it still moves freely like a handheld music video camera. It gives the model the freedom to move naturally within the space and context that were provided. Otherwise, the model tends to generate completely new scenes, which disrupts consistency in music videos and cinematic sequences. I came up with this method because, in my music video workflow, the model would often lose the context of the scene whenever the camera started moving. This approach solves a lot of those consistency problems, but then the next challenge becomes creating a continuous long-form shot, like a full 3-minute music video. To solve that, I created this audio auto segment and trim node setup. One node is used for manually loading the audio, while the second node handles automatic trimming and segmentation. For example, you can set the start value to 0 and the length to 20 seconds. Then, when you press Q multiple times, like 10 Qs, the workflow will automatically increment the audio segment into separate 20-second sections for each generation. Later, I can bring all those generated clips back into an editor and combine them together to create a full continuous singing video. There are probably a lot of features I missed mentioning, like the portrait image switch and a few other utility options. So feel free to explore the workflow and experiment with it yourself. That's usually where the best results come from anyway. When you load a portrait or 9:16 ratio image, make sure to switch the landscape switch to produce a proper portrait video. I'll include the workflow in the Patreon link since my channel is currently demonetized. This workflow also works on low VRAM systems because I included a gguf model loader for lower VRAM setups and optimized settings. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.